Welcome friends, it's Ray. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, we're going to create this stunning, vibrant card. This is a slimline card using Strathmore Bristol smooth cardstock, and I have marked the panel so that I know where I want to apply my watercolor. I'm using Distress inks to watercolor. I'm also going to use the fancy die, the Phoenix Bird from Hero Arts. I'm going to use peacock feathers and mustard seed together to create green. I've used 1 drop of each, and I will mix those together with my wet paintbrush and apply those to my test strip just to see that I have the right color green. I'm going to add a piece of copy paper underneath my panel to try and keep my surface somewhat clean. I'm applying my green mix here on a diagonal onto my panel. I'm applying a few drops of mustard seed onto my palette and using my paintbrush, painting that onto my panel underneath the green. And next we'll use some candied apple red, painting that onto my palette. And then I'm going to continue to alternate from green, yellow, red down my panel until I get to my cutoff line. Once I'm done painting, I will set this aside to dry. Here I'm working on my focal panel, and I have cut a piece of cardstock, white cardstock, 65 pound. I've cut that to 3 1/4 by 8 and am placing just some copy paper over a section that I don't want to ink up, and I'm applying red splatter, and then I will apply green to my panel, and then apply a little bit of yellow, the mustard seed, to the panel. And I wanted to leave a white diagonal surface that was clean, which is why I used the copy paper there. Now here I have die cut the Celebrate die, Scrapbookcom die, 3 times out of 110 pound black cardstock. I recently placed an order with Scrapbookcom and got this die free with my order. And here I'm using my tonic pokey tool to remove all of the innards to the lettering. I'm using my Ranger multimedia matte glue with a precision tip to adhere all 3 of these word dies together. I placed an acrylic block on top to aid with adhering. I used my heat tool to aid in the drying of my main panel and die cut the Phoenix Bird from that panel. I also die cut 2 additional birds from the 120 pound accent opaque paper, white paper, and then affixed those all 3 together. Using craft tacky glue, placed a block on top so that those adhere together. And here is my main panel. I am matting that onto black cardstock and using double-sided tape. Then I mat that onto my 120-pound card base. I used liquid glue on the back of my Phoenix, and then I placed that onto my main panel. I use my multi-medium matte glue to affix my sentiment die to my panel. I am going to use a ruler along with my grid lines on my mat to line up the word die. Next, I'm going to add some Studio Katia crystal gems to add some sparkle to this card. These gems come in 3 different sizes, and so I'm using 2 of the large and 1 of the small, and placing those almost in a triangular form across the front of the panel. I love this die. When Hero Arts came out with this Phoenix, I could not wait to get it and have since made so many cards with it, and I'm sure we'll plan to make even more cards with this die. I love the way this card came out. I made a matching envelope. We'll link to my DIY slimline envelope tutorial. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if so, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, good day, friends.